Well, the Santa Claus rally clearly remained elusive, and while we nicely build on to almost that 17,100 level in trade yesterday, today it seems Santa was a little bit busy. So we started off marginally in the green and from there petered down. In fact, at one point in time, we was up that 17K mark. And then finally towards close, just about made it to that level. There was actually nothing happening in the market. And, this is going to be a problem next week as well, because volumes are going to sure dry up with most of the world markets, gone for holidays. So that's something that we're going to struggle with, market activity. So anyway, we've shut shop at that 17,002 level in trade today on the Nifty futures, and that's a dip of about 75 points. The breadth of the market was underperforming today, the benchmarks, and on closing bell, we went home with a 162 count to the declines with 28 to the ups. There was actually only one sector which actually withstood today's fall, and that was IT. Besides that, all sectoral indexes were in the red, and especially realty with names like DLF, Oberoi Realty, Godrej Properties, all in the red amongst the more liquid and actively traded ones. But first, let's talk about IT, considering that was the saving grace today. HCL Technologies held out by 3%. There was TechM holding up 2% in trade. Wipro as well was a gainer. So was Infosys. Of course, there's news that we're picking up exclusively that the HCL Technologies promoters may be buying in open market, and that clearly augurs well for some of these IT names, and that was one stock which held out quite smartly. The block deal got executed earlier today. That said, besides that, there were not a whole host of winners. There was Coforge, of course, from within the broader market mid-cap IT end, which was actually holding out. Balkrishna Industries was seeing some green, and FSL, of course, moved up another nearly 3% today after a 9% move that it saw yesterday as too. Large part of the market which was in the red. So Grasim was falling about 3%. There was NTPC, M&M, Kotak Bank, Bajaj Finance, BPCL, Dr. Reddy's, Tata Consumer, Axis Bank, HDFC, SBI, L&T, Maruti. The large caps, the big boys, they were the ones which were at the dragging end. As was the case with an L&T Finance, which was down about 7%. Biocon also was a drag today, 5.5% lower there. There was Delta Corp, Torrent Pharma, M&M Finance, which were all drag points in today's trading session. There was also the divestment of the AMC. That is what was keeping L&T Finance in focus. All Cargo, which is looking to delist its real estate business. That was another stock which was in focus. And of course, Data Patterns as well listed today. That said, there was Divi's as well as Natco as well. One of their drugs got an approval for Merck. So that was the other group of stocks which were in focus. But again, the challenge, like I said earlier, is really all going to be about not just the index levels. Even if you saw big moves on, either side, upside or downside, that's going to be coupled with very thin volume. So one really now has to wait out for, the new year. Post the New Year break, when traders and investors do come back from their Christmas break, and that's when you'll see the market activity actually heat up.